Hey Plan Fam, welcome to the Happiness Heals channel. My name is Tiffany. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by and we hope you stick around. And if you're returning, welcome back friends. Today we're doing a plan with me video, but I'm going to be memory keeping in my Erin Condren Daily Duo Life Planner. I love being able to capture some of the highlights of each week in my planner, and I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse of what that looks like and how I prepare this page in my planner on a weekly basis. So let's get started. The very first thing that I like to do is actually use the blank page after the Sunday of every week. So in this Daily Duo A5 planner, there is an extra blank page after each week for you to reflect, for you to write your thoughts, or in my case, for me to memory plan. Now this gives me a small but sizable area to be able to capture some of the highlights of the week, and normally I put down a few little captions besides each picture just to remind me of what that event was or what the reason why I am reflecting back on that photograph. So I like to use my little portable sprocket printer, but you can use essentially any of the new instant camera printers in order to be able to print out your pictures. I normally pick like 4 or 5 pictures out of my week to just highlight some things that are important to me and or significant and or that I want to be able to just flip back and remind myself of when those things occurred on a regular basis. Now for this week, I've picked out 4 photographs. I'll mention a little bit about each one as I'm putting my page together, and really I just play around. I mean, it doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason. Pictures can overlap, they can be structured. It kind of all depends on what your aesthetic is. Normally I try to pick a cute little theme and then kind of work around that with my photographs. So for this particular spread, it's February. I'm doing a little bit of back memory keeping for now. So this is one of my weeks in February, and I'm going to be using the Happy Planners Memory Keeping sticker book. I love these sticker books. I bought them a long time ago when they first launched the Memory Keeping collection, and I've just been holding on to them over the years, kind of using them here or there for different projects. But this has come in very handy for these little weekly snippets. I'm also going to be pulling potentially from my Bold and Bright sticker book as well. This is a much newer sticker book, but I just absolutely love the colors, the quotes, the sticker boxes, all of it, and the color theme goes with kind of what I have in mind for today. So I'm going to just keep this to the side in case I need to pull some little decor type things out of here in order to make my page as pretty as I like it to be. And then last but not least, I also have some cute washi that is basically from my collection. As you can see, it kind of matches my glitter nails this week, but I wanted to use this. You can't see it as well in the picture frame, or maybe you can there. It's actually like pink, and it has some deep reds and a little bit of kind of like a blush color. So I thought these would be really cute as I pull together kind of the pictures from this week that was, as I like to call it. And then I also like to kind of write in the actual week. So you'll see me do that as well. And I have a random sticker sheet of my months, and I'm going to use the February sticker from this sheet in order to put my dates in place. So those are kind of the supplies, so to speak. I have my handy dandy markers here in case I need them, and all of my planning supplies. I love this little acrylic carrier because it keeps everything in place, and it's a cute aesthetic obviously for my videos as well. But that is essentially what I'll need. I do have my personal sticker collection of just who's and what's not of sticker sheets in the event that I need any of those, but I really don't think so. I mean, these pages I try to keep relatively simple and just use basic decor and then fill in, like I said, with a little bit of written captioning to highlight the reasons why I'm putting these memories in my planner. So without further ado. Okay, before I write in my captions, I just wanted to give you a few tips in order to add this week that was page to your planner and or a memory keeping spread of sorts to your regimen. The first thing I would say is to use the KISS symbol. What is that? Keep it simple, sweetheart. So the best way to do that is to work with just a few things. Now, obviously, if you like the whole collage approach, then yes, you can add in much more photography or pictures or even snippets from a magazine or the newspaper, anything that reminds you of kind of what your theme is and or what you're trying to capture. In my case, because I do this every week, it really is just highlights from that particular week. But if you're doing maybe an entire month or entire quarter or something to that effect, and or just memory keeping consistently, like daily or something to that effect, then obviously you can use much more photography, and obviously you can have extend your boundaries more. But if you're keeping it confined like I am, then you really want to keep it simple. I normally don't put any more than 4 or 5 pictures on the page, and as you saw with one of my pictures, sometimes I even have to cut them down a little bit more just to make sure that they all fit on the page. One thing that's really important to me is just as much as the pictures are the captions, because when I flip back and I look at them, I'm like, why is it important that I put this here? Why was this a significant thing in this week? And I can look at my captions and they tell me that. So in this case, I also wanted to put in these cute little kind of highlights about each of my different photographs. Snapshots is kind of more of a behind the scene picture of my content. I really have ramped back up on creating content again, and I really wanted to feature that in my week that was page, because this week I was knocking it out of the park, and thankfully my daughter is doing my editing. So if you haven't noticed yet, my page is really starting to take off when it comes to giving you content, and hopefully much better content, so that you can benefit from the ideas I love to share with you guys. The other piece is this loving it one with the food. I am really trying to kickstart a much healthier lifestyle, and so for me, this particular dish is just a reflection of that. Is it my favorite dish I've ever made? Probably not, but it's simple, very healthy. I think I used green beans and potatoes and tomatoes and just a lot of the fresh vegetables I love. Threw in some turkey meat, and it was a very healthy, delicious dish that lasted us a few days in my household. So I wanted to highlight that more for what it represents, which is the healthier eating and the healthier lifestyle. I'm also reading a new book. With being February, I wanted to read something that kind of kickstarts or invigorates my whole perspective when it comes to love and relationships. And so this book was given to me by a good friend last year. It's been sitting on my shelf, and I'm like, you know what? It's time. I am enjoying it. It's a nice read. If you go on my Instagram, at some point, I'll give a few highlights in terms of my thoughts on it once I finish it. But I just want to capture here that I've started reading it, I'm enjoying it, and we'll see what happens by the time I finish it. And then last but not least, it was time to kind of switch out some of the decor in my household. So I found this really beautiful picture. This is actually not even capturing it. It looks really stunning in real life in my home aesthetic. But I wanted to just capture that I found this piece. It really is becoming the anchor to my living room and my living space. And I just wanted to capture that I found this particular piece on this day. As I mentioned, it is a significant find for me in terms of home decor, and I like to just capture when I, find something that takes my home in a different direction, or as I'm starting to transition into spring and the other seasons of the year and kind of switching out things around my house for that. So I love this picture because it is fabulous. So anyway, those are my 4 pictures. I'm going to write in some quick captions. The other piece I wanted to mention here is to also think of things that don't necessarily have to be Instagram worthy for this page, but they're just significant to you. They're little reminders as you flip back, like, yeah, I was doing it that week, or hey, this is the week that I was able to get that, or find this, or do this. It really is kind of just a reflection of what you did that was significant to you, maybe not on a grand scheme, but even on a small scale for that day. Save the grand scheme things for Instagram. Keep the small things that truly matter in your planner and or wherever you like to capture your important moments of your life. It's always important to reflect back, even using this page as a gratitude page. Take pictures of the things that you're grateful for and or that bring you joy in your life and capture them on these reflection pages. This is a great way to be able to highlight those types of things. And then the last thing I will say is be as creative as you like. I don't normally use washi on these pages, honestly, but I just had a feel for it today, thinking about what kind of little theme I wanted to use, keeping it simple. So I kind of used the washi is just kind of like a little roadmap to tell the story, but you can use it in any kind of way. I found this little header sticker here at the top, just randomly flipping through my sticker books. It went with the theme, so we're going with it. The other pieces, the same things for these little headers here. They're just an extra little highlight, another little thing to give it a little zhuzh, but you can do this very easily with highlighters, markers, just your whatever you have in your sticker regimen. Keep it as simple as you like or make it as elaborate as you like. It's all about you and your aesthetic. So now I'm going to add my captions to the page and then come back at the end, give you just my final thoughts and wrap up for the day. All right, so this is my final week that was page in my Erin Condren A5 Daily Duo Life Planner, and I love it. I absolutely love it. As you can see, I use these pages to kind of reflect back on the week that was for me and my family, and I just absolutely love being able to even flip through my phone to find the pictures that I want to include on these spreads, because it a lot of times helps me to look back, especially if I'm doing this like a week or so out, and say, gosh, all these things happened this past week. Like it's amazing how much we actually fit into the time that we have. But I hope this gives you some ideas for ways to capture the moments that are happening in your life and find gratitude and joy and just reflecting back on what's important to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notifications bell so you'll be informed the very next time we have something to share on the Happiness Heals channel. Take care, friends.